Good morning, beautiful people. You're welcome to the sports segment of The Weekend Show, and I'm Ayo Adams, and I'm walking you through all the happenings in world football. But today, particularly, we are focusing on Manchester United, the era of their coaches, the tenure, and how all the surrounding talking points with Manchester United's new appointment, how they've been soaring, and how their fans feel. Well, we'll start with a brief introduction to what has been going on in Manchester United. The journey of one of the greatest managers the world football has ever seen came to an end in May 2013 when Sir Alex Ferguson called it a day at the Old Trafford. He employed the fans to give massive support to whoever comes next, knowing fully well it's going to be one of the biggest shoes to fill. In came the young, vibrant David Moyes, and after a string of unpleasant performances, he was let go in April 2014. United's legend Ryan Giggs stepped in as an interim for a month's duration as preparation to bring in an older, experienced showman. The one and only Louis van Gaal, who took charge for a duration of 2 years, brought in the signing of such players as Memphis Depay, Angel Di Maria, but they were nothing but disappointment in the eyes of the fans. Van Gaal's tenure seemed bleak. Contests for league titles and Champions League seemed just like dreams. And in May 2016, the special one arrived, a man packed with a CV of trophies and known for his ability to win and challenge players. Jose Mourinho won 3 titles as Manchester United. Amongst those was the UEFA Europa League, which till date is the last trophy the Red Devils won. But subsequently, Mourinho started to face criticism and fell out with certain superstars. And on the 18th of December 2018, this Portuguese was sacked. And the era of an interim caretaker, legend and fan favorite Ole Gunnar Solskjaer began. He was eventually named permanent manager, and all seemed to be going well and fine for Manchester United as he played some exciting, thrilling football during his era. But as always, the same old curse began to reign yet again, a club that has become a shadow of its former self, a club with nothing but past glory. The United way became a path where players come to earn big wages and put in less effort. After the defeat to Villarreal in the Europa League final, which Mourinho won with ease, after another string of repeated unbearable performances, the call for the sack of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came, and he was also let go. Subsequently, speculations began as to who would take the mantle of leadership while Michael Carrick stood in as interim. To the world's surprise, a teacher of some sort with a weak CV when it comes to triumph and accolades, all he seemed to be lauded for was his coaching prodigies, namely Jurgen Klopp of Liverpool, Thomas Tuchel of Chelsea, and Jules Nagelsmann of Bayern. They all praised his tactical brilliance and the gang pressing, they all called it. But so far, all Ralf Rangnick has had to offer Manchester United is nothing more than pressure. Since the emergence as interim, talks of Pochettino taking over at the end of the season began and became the new radio jingle. But it seems his inability to manage certain superstars in PSG gave an opening for a man whose coaching experience, youth development, and winner's mentality has been praised across Europe. A man with the ultimate plan. A man with the final piece to the reawakening, the hopes, the cheers, and the bragging rights at the theatre of dreams. Manchester United announced another Dutchman in Erik ten Hag. He will take over the helm of leadership at the start of the season till June 2023. And with me to discuss all the breakdown and lowdown are 2 core Manchester United supporters. I have Daniel Chris in the studio with me to my right, and I have Church Arokodare on Zoom in Lagos speaking with us. Well, I will start with you. Oh, I can see Church putting on his Manchester United jersey to the fans across the world. And also, while I picked up Daniel's phone this morning, he already has Erik ten Hag on his wallpaper.
Oh, you have to leak my secret.
So, Daniel, let me start with this. So far, 9 years since the retirement of Sir Alex Ferguson, Erik ten Hag, we've seen multiple managers. Now, Erik ten Hag has been brought in. Is he the final piece to United's resurrection?
Well, it looks very much like it. You really can be factual at the first take, but considering where we've been, where we are headed, and where we are now, he looks like that's like what we wanted almost forever.
All right, I'm coming to you, Church. And Church, we've seen a lot of coaches after the era of Sir Alex Ferguson. We've seen the vibrant David Moyes, who came from Everton. We've seen Louis van Gaal, who came in, brought in signings that were not really remarkable, really big players to talk about at the time, but nothing to show at Manchester United. Then came the special one who said a lot of things. I remember one of his press conferences where he had his hand up saying, I've won 3 trophies. And till date, he still has the best record for Manchester United trophy-wise. And then we had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the golden boy of Manchester United. And still, Manchester United are still not there. Chelsea brought in Thomas Tuchel last season and they won the Champions League. what is going on in Manchester United, Church? What went wrong with all these managers at the Old Trafford? Why did they not succeed?
Morning, Ayo. So I think the answer is quite simple. The board has been the problem. The board has always been the problem. We hope this time they would support the manager fully and give him his full backing. We pray that the manager gets it right. We know it's going to take a bit of time. We have to be patient with him. But so far, so good. We think this is the right appointment from my perspective. But like I always said, the board has always been the problem. They've never backed the manager fully. They've always tried to interfere in football matters, and this was led to where Man U have found themselves right now. But hopefully, Ten Hag is the right manager, and we're on the rise. Can end the season in 6th place and move forward.
Okay. If you look at Eric Ten Hag, Daniel, you would see him as almost a replica of the great Pep Guardiola. So many say he looks like him, but is he as good?
Well, let's do this. You saw, if you are a historian of football, you know what Eric Ten Hag has done with Go Ahead Eagles.
Yes.
I mean, taking them to their first qualification in 17 years.
Spectacular.
Saw what he did with Bayern Munich as under 23 coach. Saw what he has done with Ajax, with Utrecht when he was there as a sporting director. Put them to their first Champions League. It's like, historically, the man is good. He has the same haircut as Pep, that's what people say. And they try to, do a comparison. You can't say he is Pep or he is as good as Pep. But the truth is, you can't also not give him the credit because he has not played in England. I mean, he has proven himself everywhere he has stamped his feet. So I think, so far, I think he is going to be as good or if not better than Pep.
That's a bold claim, Daniel.
I said he is going to be, my friend.
For Manchester United fans, Daniel has said it that he might be or eventually will be as good as Pep. But we'll wait to see. Now I'm coming to you, Church, and Daniel has spoken about how great Ten Hag has been. He's spoken about wherever he goes to, there's a stamp, there is a record of achieving something, whether it's by qualification, whether it's getting you to a final, or whether it's even developing youth. Now we're back on the youth development part of it. We've seen Eric Ten Hag develop youth across world football who are now playing in big clubs. Frankie de Jong is playing in Barcelona, one of the superstars there. We have Van der Beek, who sadly came to Manchester United, but hasn't been able to be trailing so far. We have De Ligt, who is on the mantle of becoming the captain at Juventus. We have Serginho Dest, and we have now new players such as Gravenberch. We have Antonio also. So it's evident that Eric Ten Hag has the ability to develop youngsters. Now, bringing that into Manchester United, seemingly that United has a lot of youngsters. Will that improve the club, or will he just come and face the superstars alone?
So going by his resume, we can see that youth development is something that he's big on. And even before he is coming, we've seen that he's already started saying that players like Hannibal, Garnacho, Elanga, Charlotte Stire, and some other youngsters that we have in our youth team would actually definitely bring them up to the senior team, as well as Ghana that's on loan in the championship. So yeah, his development of youth is something that we look forward to. Man U has always been that club that has a youth player ever since the inception of not just the Premier League or English football itself. So having a coach that believes in developing youth is something that we look forward to. There are so many talents in our team that we want to see more of. I would prefer that we definitely promote the youth players from the under 17s, under 23s, and give them more chances to express themselves. One of the problems Man U we're having right now is there's no desire, no zeal to push, or no hunger. The players feel like they are content with where they are. So bringing in the youth is something that we look forward to. And Eric is someone that definitely does that for his club and wherever he has been. I heard Daniel saying that he has been a success everywhere he has gone. I feel like he's more like an upgraded version of Arteta, in the sense that he hasn't just been Pep's assistant. He has actually moved on from that and gone to clubs and done a whole lot more. So we look forward to him coming up, doing a whole lot more, involving the youth in our matches, and making sure that we get back to where we were as United. That's what we look forward to. United for life.
United for life. Well, you could hear Church say that Eric Ten Hag coming in is going to do nothing but improve the youngsters and youth development of the Manchester United at the Old Trafford. Daniel, I'll come back to you. And Church mentioned something about desire, and which moves me to my next question. We have Manchester United with a pool of superstars who are basically, sometimes for me, or fans around the world, are just there to take the money. There's Paul Pogba, who has been underwhelming. I mean, 5 years, 6 years running. There's been, I think it was right here on this show, I jumped off the Paul Pogba's bandwagon simply because I was a big fan of his, and we've not been seeing anything. Subsequently, also, players such as Bruno were brought in. I mean, with Pogba, it was argued that he doesn't have the quality players that he needs around him, such as he does in France. Then Bruno was brought in, and Bruno's packed up like, Bruno seemed like a player who stepped into the limelight, and it showed Paul Pogba how it's done. And people still talked about if Bruno and Paul Pogba come together, it will be a spectacular bonding and a pairing. But at that, it still did not improve the squad. Players such as Fred, McTominay, then we have Rashford, who has been still, I mean, players are not living to the expectations. I mean, we knew when Rashford broke out, destroying Manchester City, taking on Arsenal, taking on Liverpool. So far, nothing. We've seen Jesse Lingard going and coming back. Greenwood, unfortunately, with what is wrong with him, and so much more. Players not living to the hype, not living to the expectations. Do you think that the United board has given too much room for these superstars to rule the club? Because whenever the players are tired, then they drop the desire to play and the coaches go. What do you think went wrong with these players? At what point? Because Sir Alex Ferguson won multiple trophies with average players. Now we have superstars in Manchester United and nothing can happen.
Okay, before I respond to you, your Church, I'm going to come for your jersey. When you see men like Roy Keane get angry, Rio Ferdinand, Nemanja Vidic, it's not because they just want to lament. It's because they played through the process. And then you'll be playing a Manchester United team, you're winning them 1-0, and you are scared at the 85th minute. Because all they had to do was bring in Federico Macheda or allow Jason Park make a run. Those were a group of players that were aimed at getting victory. When the Broba thing came on Bruno and Pogba, we had a lot of hope that, okay, you know what?
This is it.
This is the magic, this is the piece we've been looking for. But you see nonchalant players. So you played Liverpool the last week, and Thiago Alcantara was personally punishing my squad, and I was crying. He had to bringing in a teenager to come and start, marking Henderson. And Gary Neville is saying, if you had to take him to do that, then that's it. I think over the years, the management, down to the coach in the time of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, allowed these boys a whole lot of yardstick to do this nonsense. I mean, Pogba says he had an injury and he's in Dubai partying, and you have an injury. It took Ragnick to say, you know what, come back here on Sunday. These are things you don't see in an Eric Ten Hag squad. I've actually followed the team for a long time. When they played the semi-final against Tottenham, when Lucas Moura I have been following the squad, and you see discipline. My youth squad is a whole lot of rich people who are not disciplined because we pay them too much and ask for nothing. I mean, look at Harry Maguire.
Now that brings me to Harry Maguire. He is the captain of the squad, and there was a piece where Alphonso Davies of Bayern Munich, their left back, mentioned a superstar like Cristiano Ronaldo, and Harry Maguire is your captain. So bring me to Harry Maguire. Should he still be starting next season under Ten Hag?
He shouldn't even have started at all. Listen, the English hype is like a whole lot on their players. So you see what they bought Harry Maguire for the high amount, and they bring him in. He's actually fully fit. He's tall. He's huge, but you don't get results. Look at the Pau Torres. Look at
Kunde,
Miko, Konade, Kunde. Name them. So if you want to be in this class as Manchester United, I don't see why Harry Maguire should be playing the Carabao Cup. I mean, it's really sad.
All right, Church, coming back to you, and still on players living up to the expectations and hype. One player significantly has lived up to every single expectation. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo, a man who is some call him a showman, some call him the greatest player that has ever existed in world football. He's a machine. He's a goal scorer. We will run out of adjectives if you continue to describe Cristiano Ronaldo. Someone would say that at the beginning of the season, he was part of the problem of the team. I was part of that school of thought, always saying that there was no reason to bring him in because he was going to cause a problem. But if you look at the goal tally And everything that Ronaldo has brought to this team, scoring a hat-trick at Norwich, at Tottenham, really big games, rescuing Manchester United repeatedly in the Champions League, clutch moments for Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, would there be a disservice Manchester United might not be going to the Champions League? That's one. Two, if Manchester United do not make it to the Champions League, do you think that Ronaldo will stay at Manchester United? And three, if Erik ten Hag comes in, do you think it's part of the plan for next season?
So first off, I don't think Ronaldo coming to United was a mistake. I think he thought of it. We wanted it, and we got it, and we are so happy that he's here. Like you said, without him, I don't think probably we'd be fighting for relegation because you're no better than Burnley as it stands. So yeah. So, but the second question: do I think Ronaldo will be here if we don't make Champions League football? I think he has a legacy he wants to rewrite. In terms of United, I think he wants to be that guy that brings us back to the forefront or takes Man U to where we know Man U should be. So I don't think he's done with his chapter yet. I don't think he would leave, regardless of whether we get Champions League football or not. But hopefully we can still get it. Hopefully. But I think it's Europa League we will settle for. And is he part of Ten Hag's plan? Ten Hag has said that going forward, he's not big on names. He has a style of play that he wants to stick with. So if you are not doing well, as no matter how big you are or who you are, if you don't fit into that plan or you're not delivering on what your tasks are, you will not make it. So we can't say if he fits into Ten Hag's plans yet or not. People say Ronaldo doesn't press, he's not strong enough, he's not fit enough. But you really cannot really say, because if you have a team that works for you, like a player like Ronaldo at his age, he needs a team that works for him. And I feel like if you play attacking football and you press from the front, he might not need to necessarily do as much defending. So he might not need to necessarily run back as much, meaning he will definitely have enough energy to keep up doing what he needs to do. So, and we've seen that Ronaldo runs till 90 minutes. So it's not like he's not fit. He is fit. He just doesn't want to do that, because at this point in time, United is not even inspiring us, even with the fans. But I think he's a seasoned professional. He knows what he wants. So when that time comes, he would give his best for my. Hopefully, he's in Ten Hag's plans. We hope he's in Ten Hag's plans, because we know that once we create enough chances, Ronaldo will deliver for us like he has done this season. So yeah, I think he should be in his plans, and Ten Hag has said so as well. So we look forward to next season with hope and everything that comes with it.
United fans across the world, Church and Daniel has been giving us lowdown on how they feel about Erik ten Hag's appointment and how it's going to go with Manchester United next season, their hopes and the glimmer of them coming back to the world stage. Well, that's a fine place to leave it, gentlemen. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Church, also. And also, before we leave, I would like to tell you that our partners on the weekend show, Onile Corner, is here to give you a 10,000 Naira airtime or data giveaway for the Arsenal versus Manchester United match going over this weekend, 12:30 p.m. So all you need to do is go to the Instagram page of Onile Corner and also the Weekend Show and comment. You have to predict the correct scoreline between Arsenal and Manchester United. Make sure you're following at Onile Corner, Onile_Corner. Make sure you're following at the Weekend Show NG on all platforms. Repost on your IG story. Use the appropriate hashtags Onile, #OnileLivePredict, #Onile Kickoff, #Onile Arsenal Manchester United, #The Weekend Show, and the winners will be picked at random. If you select if your predictions are correct, we will pick at random. We would share the prizes with you as we see fit. Well, that's all I have for you on the sports segment of the Weekend Show. But before I go, we went to the streets with Onile to get our reactions with the fans, our Onile Predict fans, to tell us what they think about the fixture between Arsenal versus Manchester United. The battle for the top four continues. Here is what our pundits on the street have to say. My name is Ayo Adams, and I'll be seeing you next week.
I can see Arsenal beating Manchester United. Arsenal will beat Man U 2-0, 2-0. In the last, let me say, there are 5 appearances now, or 7 appearances. Arsenal used to beat Man U. If not of advantage of the referee, that Man U see in first leg, that Man U win where Arsenal can see a 2 penalty that the referee didn't give them. So Arsenal should have beat Man U in the first leg.
Prediction toward the match between Arsenal versus Man U is 3-2. My prediction of Arsenal Man U match is going to be 3-2. So but Arsenal still have a hope to qualify for top 4. Man United
will win Arsenal 3-1. They have a good player that is good, very good, like Ronaldo is there to take over it.
Man U will win Arsenal 3-1. Man U is more good food than Arsenal.
So if Arsenal beats Man U now, we will still give him hope of maintaining the top 4 line before he play he are standing. In the like of Thomas Partey at the midfield, Manchester don't have midfielder wey we can use to compare Thomas Partey. And at forward, I think the young boy used to inspire me, which is Bukayo Saka. So Saka will make inspire that day because they are ready to be in that top 4 with all miss. Let's forget about the 3 matches they lose in a row. So Arsenal is still there. Arsenal is one of the favorites for top 4.
I predict Man U will win against Arsenal. The scoreline should be 3-1 because Arsenal is off form and Man U are getting better with their new manager on form. I feel Ronaldo is going to make the difference.